Hello friends, already we have seen basic concepts of the percentages and various applications of the percentages. Now today we are going to see a different types of problems and how the percentage concepts can be used to solve these particular problems. So the first problem is the height of Raju sometimes ago was 110 centimeter. Now his height is 120 centimeter. Find percentage change in his height. Find percentage change in his height. So height of Raju sometimes ago was given as 110 centimeter and now his height is 120 centimeter. So there is an increment in the height. So we have been asked to calculate that percentage change in his height and the options are given like this. So let's see the answer for this question.
Height of the Raju is now given as 110 centimeter and this height is increased from 110 centimeter to 120 centimeter. So change in the height is 120 minus 110 centimeter. So this is going to be change in the height, and the base height or the original height was 110 centimeter. So this will give the percentage change. So it is going to be 10 by 110. So it is going to be 0.0909. So it can be converted into percentages 9.09 percentage. So this is simply by multiplying with 100 you can get in a form of percentage. So finally the percentage change in the height is going to be 9.09 percentages.
So the correct option is option A and the answer is 9.09%. So the next question number second is salary of Raja is rupees 9,000 per month and salary of Rani is rupees 10,000 per month. And there are two questions based on this. The first one is what percentage is the salary of Rani to that of Raja, and second question is what percentage is salary of Raja to that of Rani. So let's see the answer for this.
Salary of Raja is given as 9,000 per month and salary of Rani is given as 10,000 rupees per month. Okay, so then the first question has been asked, what is the percentage of salary of Rani to that of Raja? So Rani to salary of Raja, so it can be simply calculated as 10,000 divided by 9,000 multiplied by 100, as it is to be considered into percentage to 100. So it is going to be 111.11 percentage. Second question has been asked, what is the percentage of salary of Raja to Rani? That is Raja to Rani. So this can be simply calculated like this. Salary of Raja is 9,000, salary of Rani is 10,000 multiplied by 100, as it is to be considered into converted into percentage format. So it is simply 9 by 10 into 100. So this 9 by 10 into 100 is nothing but 9.
So the correct answer is option A. So salary of Rani to that of Raja is 11.11% and Raja to Rani, that is 90%. So option A is the correct option. Next question is, in government department there are 60% female employee and 50% of all male employees are computer literate. So if there are total 62% employees are computer literate out of total 1600 employees, the number of female employees who are computer literate. So you should have been clear that only female employees who are computer literate has been asked. Total number of employees are 1600. Out of that 60% are female, and whatever the male employees are there, out of that 50% are male employees. Out of that 50% are male employees. Let's see the solution for this.
So total employees are 1600. Out of the 1600 employee, 60% are female employees. So 60% of 1600 is going to be 960. So these are female employees. And now so if 60% are female, so obviously 40% are going to be male employee. So So 640 are going to be male employee. So 960 are going to be female employee and 640 are going to be a male employee. Again, it has been said that 50% of male employee are computer literate. So 50% male employee of computer literate. So 50% of this 50% of male employee are computer literate. So 50% of male employee, so total male employee are 640 are computer literate. So it is going to be 320. So this is male employee, but these are computer literate. Computer literate, CL stands for computer literate. And again, it has been said that 62% of total employee are computer literate. So 62% of total are computer literate. So it will become, so multiplication, we can use a simple technique. So multiplying 62 by 16 is quite difficult. So instead of that, you can multiply 16 plus 2. So it is simple. 16 into 60 is going to be 960 plus 16 into 2 is going to be 32. So it is going to be 992. So total 992 employee are computer literate. Out of that, 320 are male. So out of this, 320 are going to be male employee which are computer literate. So finally it is going to be 672 female employee that are computer literate. So finally answer is going to be 672 female employee which are computer literate. CL stands for computer literate. So the option B, 672 is the correct option.
So question number 4 is price of car depreciates in the first year by 25%, in the second year by 20%, and in the third year by 15%, and so on. The final price of the car after third year, if the present cost of the car is rupees 10 lakh rupees. So final price of the car after 3 years has been asked. If the present cost of car is 10 lakh rupees and it depreciates by 25, 20 and 15% respectively from first to third year. Okay, so let's see the solution for this problem.
So the price of the original car is 10 lakh rupees. So first year it depreciates by 25%, so it will be a minus. Second year it depreciates by 20%, so this is going to be the first year cost. Second year cost will be obviously multiplied to this. It will depreciate by 20%, and in third year it will depreciate by 15% more. So simply by multiplying to each other we can get the effective cost. So this is going to be 10 lakh rupees. This will be multiplied by 0.75 multiplied by 0.80 multiplied by 0.85. So multiplication of this 0.80 and 0.85 is going to be 0.6800. So this 0.75 as it is, and multiplication of this is going to be 0.5100. So 10 lakh rupees multiplied by 0.5100 is going to be 51. So 5 lakh rupees 10,000. So this is going to be cost after third year by considering depreciation of 25% in first, 20% in second and 15% in third. So answer is going to be 5 lakh rupees and 10,000. So option B is correct option.
So the next question is 600 students took the test on physics and chemistry. So total students are 600. Out of that, 35% students failed in physics and 45 students failed in chemistry, and 40% of those who passed in chemistry also passed in physics. That means there are 40% students such that they are common to both chemistry and physics, those who have passed in chemistry also and in physics also. And the question is how many students failed in both. That means how many number of students are failed in physics as well as in chemistry. Okay, so options are 162, 138, 60 and none of these. Let's see the solution for this.
So total students are 600 total students are there. Total students are 600. out of these 35% are failed in physics. So 35% students of 600 are failed in physics. So total 210 students are failed in physics. FP stands for failed in physics. So if 210 are failed, so that means number of passed students are 390 students are passed in physics. PP stands for passed in static physics. Okay, simply by making subtraction of 600 and 210, you will get the 319. So 210 are failed in physics and 390 are passed in physics. Similarly, it has been given that 45% students are failed in chemistry. 45% students are failed in chemistry. So it will come out as 270. So 270 students are failed in chemistry. So that means total 300 students are passed in chemistry. Okay, so 390 are passed in physics, 330 are passed in chemistry. But it has been again told that 40% of students, those who has passed in chemistry, are also passed in physics. So 40% of this 330, 40% of this 330, it will come out as 132. So 132 students are common students, those have passed in physics also, those have passed in chemistry also. So if we consider total pass count, so it is in physics, passed in physics are 390, passed in chemistry are 330. So it is going to be 720. These are total, but out of that 132 are common, so we will subtract these 132 students from it. So it will come out as 588. So effective students are 588, those who has passed in physics also and chemistry also. So remaining, that means total are 600, passed are 588, so remaining students are 12. So these total students are 600. 588 students are such students, either they have passed in physics or they have passed in chemistry, but 12 students are such that they have neither passed in physics nor passed in chemistry. So required answer is 12, and the option is not available. So option D is correct option, that is none of this. Option D is the correct one.
The next question is, my salary is rupees 12,345 per month. The salary of my wife is 10% greater than that of mine. So salary of my brother is 10% greater than my salary. Salary of my only sister is 9.09% greater than my only brother. That means salary of my sister is 9.09% greater than salary of my brother. Salary of my wife is 56.521% less than total salary of my brother and sister. That means salary of my wife is 56.521% less than total salary of my brother and sister. So then the salary of my wife is, so these are the options: greater than my sister's salary, 33.478 less than my sister's salary, equal to my salary, and 44.478% greater than my own salary. Let's see the solution for this.
Okay, let's consider my salary as rupees 100. So generally 100 number is okay to consider whenever possible, because when we are calculating in terms of percentage, it will be easy to get the numbers easily. So my salary will be 100%. So my brother's salary is 10% more than my salary. So brother's salary will become 110. Then sister's salary is plus 9.09% additional, so it will become 120%. So my salary is 100, brother's salary is 110, and sister's salary is 120. Now my wife's salary is 56.51% of total salary of my brother and sister. Total salary of my brother and sister is 230. So my wife's salary will become 56.521% of addition of brother and sister salary. So it will become 230 into, if this we will calculate, it will come out as 0.43479. when we will multiply this with 230, it will come out approximately 100. It will come out approximately 100. So if you will see my salary and my wife's salary, it is come out to be same. My salary is also 100%, 100 rupees, and wife's salary is going to be also 100 rupees. So for this, option C is correct. The option C is equal to my salary, equal to my salary.
So the next problem is, actual area of rectangle is 60 centimeter square, but while measuring its length, the student decreases it by 20% and breadth increases by 20%, 25%. So the percentage error in the area calculated by student is. So the actual area is given as 60 centimeter square, and while measuring the area of the student by student, they have made a mistake while measuring the length and breadth. Length they have decreased by 20% and breadth has increased by 25%. So it has been asked to calculate the percentage error in the area. So let's see the solution for this.
So area of rectangle can be calculated as length into breadth, which has been given as 60 centimeter square. Area of rectangle has been given as 60 centimeter square. Now length, by mistake length has been decreased, or the reading has been taken as 20% length. So length has been decreased by 20%. Length has decreased by 20%. So it will become 0.8 L, and breadth has read as 25% more. So breadth has become now 1.25 times of original breadth. So if we calculate this 0.8 into 1.25, so it will come out as 1. So 1 LB, that means same, that is going to be, it can be written as L into B, and L into B is already, it is 60 centimeters. So area will remain same. So whatever the original area was there, 60 centimeter square, the new area is also going to be 60 centimeter square, because whatever the decrement was happened while calculating the length, that has been taken care by increment in the breadth. So total area is going to be unchanged, because this decrement is taken care by increment in breadth. Okay, so final answer is going to be, there is going to be no change in the area of particular rectangle. So percentage change is going to be, that option is not available.
So this option is not available in the given option. So option D, that is none of this, is the correct option for this question. The next question is, Raj scores 80% in physics, 66% in chemistry, and maximum marks of both the papers are 100. That means he has got 80% out of 100, 66% out of 100 in physics and chemistry respectively. So what percent does he score in math, which is of 200 marks, if he scores 80% marks in all the three subjects? That means by combining all the three subjects, physics, chemistry, and math, he has got totally 80% marks. Out of that, first two papers are out of 100, and the third paper of math is out of 200. So what is the percentage marks required in math, so that average percentage is going to be 80%, total percentage is going to be 80%, and the options are 74%, 84%, 87, and 83. So let's see the solution for this.
So Raj has scored 80% marks in physics, that means 80 marks out of 100. He has scored 66% marks in chemistry, that means 66 marks. So total these marks are becoming 146. Also he has obtained 80% marks out of total. So total marks are 100 of physics, 100 of chemistry, and 200 of maths. So total marks are 400. So 80% of 400 will become 320. So out of this 320, he has already obtained 146 marks in physics and chemistry. So this 146, when we will subtract, so we will get 174 marks. 174 marks. So he wants 174 marks in maths out of 200. So 174 marks out of 200, so will be, this is going to be 87. This is going to be 87%. So he is going to get 87% marks in maths. So when he will have physics 80%, chemistry 66%, 87%, then totally he will get 80% marks out of 400. So he require 80% marks in maths. So answer is 87. Sorry, he requires 87% marks in maths. So answer is 87%. That is C is the correct option for this.
So the next question is, three candidates A, B and C contested an election. Out of the total votes on voter list, 25% did not vote and 6.66% votes polled were invalid. C got 2,450 valid votes, which were 40% more than that of B. If A got only 40% of the total votes, then who is the winner? That means there are two candidates A, B and C. So whatever polling was expected, out of that 25% people has not voted. That means 25% will be reduced and 66.66% votes are invalid. So that is also reduced. So out of that, C got 2450 votes, and which are 40% more than B, and only A has got 40% of the total votes. So who is the winner? Let's see the solution for this.
Okay, so whatever out of available voters, 25% voters have not at all voted. So effective, so 25% have not voted. So effective polling is only 75%. Effective polling was only 75%. Plus out of this again additionally 6.66% votes are invalid. 6.6% votes are invalid. So effective counting will come out as 68.33%. So these are only effective votes which has been considered. So 68.33% vote. So out of these 40% votes, out of this 40% vote has been taken by A. 40% of total. If suppose we will take total votes as a X, if suppose we will take total votes as X, so out of this 40% votes has been taken by A. 40% votes has been taken by A. So from 68.23, 40% has been taken by A. So remaining 28.33 votes are taken by B and C. By combining both B and C, total votes will be 28.33%. So if we will take the count, total 40% votes has been taken by A, and in combination with B and C, total votes has been taken by B and C are 28.33. So this addition is lesser than the votes taken by A. So A is going to be the winner. A is going to be the winner. So option A is correct option. Option A is correct option.
So the next question is, square of positive number is 2000% greater than number itself. Then the square of that number is, square of positive number is 2000% greater than the number itself. So again it has been asked the square of that number. So first we need to calculate that particular number and then we'll get the square of that particular number. Let's see the solution for this.
Number is 2000% greater than the number itself. So let's consider that number as X. Let's consider that number as, so square of that number X, that is X square, is 2000% greater than number itself. 2000% greater than number itself. The number is considered as X. So if we will take out this, X equal to 1 plus 20, so it is going to be 21x. Here it is going to be X square. So this X cancelled, so X is equal to 21, and the question has been asked like that. Then the square of this number is, then the square of 21 is going to be, square of 21 is going to be 441. X square equal to 441. So 441 is the answer. Option C is the correct answer.
So the next question is, 80% of smaller number is 4 less than 40% of larger number. and the larger number is 85 greater than smaller number. So simply we can write a difference between 40% of larger and 80% of smaller is 4, and difference between larger and smaller is 85. Then the sum of these two numbers. So sum of these two numbers has been asked. Let's see the solution for this.
So there is a difference of 4 in between 40% of larger number and 80% of smaller number. So let's consider larger number as x and smaller number as y. So 40% of larger number, so 0.4x minus 80% of smaller number, that is a 0.8y. This difference is going to be a 4. Similarly, the larger number is 85 greater than smaller one. That means the difference between larger and smaller is, total difference is 85. Total difference is 85. So we can compare these two equations, 4x minus 0.4x minus 0.8y equal to 4 and x minus y equal to 85. So this difference can be already. So simply we will have to equate this equation. So if I will multiply with 0.4 to this equation, so this equation second, or this is equation 1, so this second equation will become 0.4x minus 0.4y equal to 0.4 into 85 is going to be 34. So this is first equation, second equation, and the first we have taken was 0.4x minus 0.85y equal to 4. This was our first equation. So if I will subtract this will cancel, this will become plus, so this is 0.8y, so it will be minus 0.4y equal to minus 30. So minus 0.4y equal to minus 30, so it will be equal to y equal to this minus will be cancelled, so this y equal to 75. If you put this y equal to 75 in this equation, you will get x equal to 160. You can check here also, 160 minus 75 is going to be 85. So we have been asked the addition of x and y, so 160 plus 75 is going to be 235. So 235 is the required answer, and option C is the correct option.
So the question is, 220% of number x is 44. Then what is 44% of x? 220% of number x is 44. So what is 44% of x? Let's see the solution.
So 220% of number x is 44. So what is 44% of x? So 220% of x, that means 2.20 of x is 44, and 44% of x is what? So that means 0.44 of x is what? So simply we can make it like this, 0.44 into 44 divided by 2.20 x. So this is 4.45. This x will be cancelled, so this can be written as 11. We can divide it by 11, so it will be 0.04. It will be 0.2, and then when we will divide 44 by 0.2, so this is going to be 220, and then 220 multiplied by 0.04 will come out as 8.8. So final answer is 8.8. Option B is correct option.
So the next question is, average weight of class of student is 67.5 kg and the weight of class teacher is 25% more than average weight of class. Means weight of class teacher is 25% more than this 67.5 kg. So average weight of the class is less than class teacher by x%. So what is the value of x? That means if the weight of class teacher is 25% more than average weight of class, then how much percent average weight of class is less than weight of the class teacher? So let's see the solution for this.
So average weight of student is 67.5 kg, and the weight of teacher is 25% more than average weight of class. that is here is a weight of teacher. So weight of teacher is 25% more than average weight of class. So we have been asked, so how much percent should be decrement in the weight of teacher to get the average weight of class? So here we have been asked, that is it is x percent less than weight of teacher, we will get the average weight of class. So it is simple formula, that is x divided by 100 plus x. This x is not this x, this is from the formula. So this x is actually the value of this 25%. So this is going to be 25, 100 plus 25. So it will come out as 1 by 25 divided by 125. So it will be 1 by 5. That means 0.2. So it is nothing but 20%. It is nothing but 20%. So when we are increasing average weight of class by 25%, we will get weight of teacher, and when weight of teacher will be decreased by 20%, immediately we will get the initial value of average weight of class, that is a 67.5 kg. So 20% is the correct answer. So option C is the correct option.
So the next question is, a book consists of 30 pages, 25 lines, and each page has 35 characters. Means if we want to calculate total number of characters, simply multiply by 30 into 25 into 35. Full stop. If this content is written in another notebook consisting of 30 lines and 28 characters per line, then this is then required number of pages will how much percent greater than previous page. Means first of all we need to calculate the number of pages required in second case when we are writing this in a new notebook, and then this number of pages once we will get, we will calculate the percentage change in original number of pages, that is 30, and the new number of pages to write the same content in another notebook. So let's see the solution for this.
So there are 30 pages. In that 30 pages there are 25 lines, and in the 25 lines there are 35 characters per line. So these are going to be a total number of characters. These are going to be total number of characters. Same number of characters we have to accommodate in another notebooks, in which there are 30 lines, suppose p number of pages, and 28 characters. So we will have to calculate first number of pages. So this 30 will get cancelled, 30 will get cancelled. So we will get 25 into 35 divided by 28. That is the value of p. So value of p is going to be 7 for 28, 7 5 35. So it will be 125 by 4. So 125 by 4. So it is coming to be 31.25 pages. So 31 pages are complete, and 25% part of next page has been considered, but let it be 25%, but it is going to be an entire page. So it is going to be 32 pages. So previously there were 30 pages, now there are 32 pages. So we have been asked that what is going to be percentage change in a number of pages. So new pages are 32, old pages are 30, and base value is also 30. That means we are comparing with respect to the old number of pages. So 32 minus 30 by 30 is going to be 2 by 30. It will be 1 by 15. So 1 by 15, when we will calculate for percentage, it is going to be 6.66. So answer is going to be 6.66%, and the option is C. So C, option C is correct option.
So the next question is, a number x is mistakenly divided by 10 instead of being multiplied by 10. So what is percentage error in the result? So we want to actually multiply to the x by 10. So instead of that, by mistake we have divided by 10. So what is going to be the percentage error because of this mistake? So let's see the solution for this.
So number has been divided by 10 instead of multiplying. So new number is going to be 0.1x, and actual result was required was x multiplied by 10. So 10x was the actual result required. So this is the new result, and this is the actual result required. So percentage error has been asked. So if we want to calculate the percentage error, so change in the result. So original new was 0.1x and original was 10x expected, or the base value is also 10x. So this x will be cancelled. This will come out as minus 9.9 divided by 10 into 100, because we want in terms of percentage. So this 10 in 100 by 10 is going to be 10. So ultimately it is going to be minus percent minus 99% is the correct answer. So option A is the correct option.
The question is, what percentage change in the result when we add 50 to a certain number of y instead of subtracting 50 from the same number? So this again similar type of question where we want to calculate the percentage error or the percentage change in the result when we have added 50 to a certain number instead of subtracting 50 from it. So let's see the solution.
Percentage change in result has been asked when we have added 50 instead of subtracting a 50 from certain number. For a time being, the number has been given as a y, capital Y. When y from that 50 has been added, this is the new number instead of subtracting the original number. So this percentage change can be calculated like this. When we will try to solve this problem, we will not get the exact answer. So instead of solving like this way, we will consider one number that y is equal to 100 first. Okay, so when we will add 50 into 100, it will become 150, and when we will subtract 50 from the 100, it will become 50. So 50 is the original number, so that is going to be at the denominator also. So it will be 100 divided by 50, so it will be 2 into 100, so it will be a 200%. So 200%. So now instead of 100, if you will take y equal to 150, so 150 minus 150 plus 50 will be 200. 150 minus 50 will be 100 divided by 100 multiplied by 100. So if you want the percentage change, so it will become 100 by 100, 100 by 100. So again it is going to be a 100. So this is percentage change, it is 100% change. So if we changing the number, if we will change the number, the result is changing. So the answer is going to be option D, that is can't be determined. Then y equal to number, then answer is changing.
So the next question is, in a class, number of boys are more than number of girls by 12% of the total strength. The ratio of the boys to girls means the number of boys are more by 12% of total strength rather than girls. So the ratio of number of boys to girls has been asked. So let's see the solution for this.
It has been said that number of boys, that is x, are more than 12% by number of girls of the total strength. Means the number of boys are 12% more than total strength than the girls. So if we will consider x as number of boys and y as number of girls, so this x minus y difference, that means number of boys minus number of girls, as number of boys are more by 12% of the total strength than the girls. So 12% of the total strength means it is going to be 0.12. Total strength is going to be x plus y, because x are the number of boys, y are the number of girls. So number of boys are more by 12% of the total strength than girls, number of girls. Okay, so this equation simply we will have to solve. X minus y equal to 0.12x plus 0.12y. So when we will solve this, it will become 0.88x equal to 1.12y. So we have been asked the ratio of x by y, the number of boys divided by number of girls, so it will be 1 by 1.2.88. So when we will simplify this, it can be written as 112 by 88. So it is, if we divide by 8, so it will be 11, and this is going to be 14. So ratio will be 14 by 11 or 14 by 11. So this is going to be the answer. So option C is the correct option.
So the next question is, population of village is 5,000 and it increases at the rate of 2% every year. So after 2 years the population will be, so the current population is given, increment rate is given, and after 2 years population has been asked. So it can be solved.
Current population of village is 5,000 and it is increasing at the rate of 2% per annum for the 2 years. So this is going to be the formula: current population into 1 plus 2 by 100 is the 2% increment for the 2 years. So this is going to be 5,000 as it is, and this will be 1.02. This will be 1.02 and it's square. Now making the 1.02 square will take some time, or it is just simple easy square, making a square of 1 and then making a square of 02, or else you can make another one method also, that is making a square of 102 directly and then transferring the decimals. So making a square of 102 is also very simple. Just split it into the two different numbers which are easy to make the square. So first of all, I will take the base number as 100 and plus I have taken the base number lesser than 102, so it will be 100 plus 102 into 2. Difference between 100 and 102 is 2. So square of 100 is 10,000 and 100 plus 102 is 202 into 2 is 404, and addition of will be 10,404, and you can just transfer the decimal to 4 digit to the left. So multiplication of this will come out as 5202. So final answer is going to be population after 2 years is 5202, and the correct option is option B.
So the next question is, salary of A is 20% less than or lower than B's salary, and the salary of C is 56.21% greater than A's salary. So by how much percent the salary of B is less than salary of C? So it can be solved like this.
So salary of A is 20% lower than salary of B. Let's consider salary of B as 100 rupees, 100. Then salary of A will be 20% less than this, 20% less than this. So salary of A is going to be 80 rupees. Salary of B will be 100, 20% lesser will be 80. So salary of A is going to be 80. So 100 lesser by 20 will be 80. And then again it has said that salary of C is greater by 56.21% of that of A's salary. So salary of C is greater than salary of A by 56.21%. So if you will multiply this to this particular 80, so simply you can make it 80 into 1.5621. you will get it as 125. So salary of B we have considered 100, salary of A will become 80, and with the increment of 56.21%, salary of C will become 125. And the question has asked that how much percent the salary of B is less than salary of C. So we have to compare these two salary. How much percent salary of B is less than salary of C? So salary of C is 125, salary of B is 100. It has compared with respect to salary of C. Base number is salary of C, that is 125. So it will come out as 25 by 125. We want the value in terms of percentage. So 25 into 5 is 125, and 100 by 5 will be 20. So it will come out as 20%. So answer is 20%. So correct option is option A. Option A is correct option.
So the next question is, two numbers are respectively 25% and 40% less than a third number. So what percent is second of the first? That means whatever the third number will be there, so first and second are 25% and 40% lesser than this third number. So the percentage of second to the first has been asked. So let's see the solution for this.
So two numbers are respectively 25% and 40% less than a third number. So let's consider third number as C, and this third number C is 100. Let's consider it as 100. It is easy to calculate when we will consider the number as 100. So third number is C is 100. So first two numbers are 25% and 40% less. So first number is 25% less. First number is 25% less. So first number, let's consider A. 25% less means it will become 75, and the second number is 40% less. Second number is 40% less. So let's consider second number as B. So it is 40% less. Minus 40 means 40% less. So it will become minus 40 means 60. So third number 100, first 75, and second 60. And the question has asked what percentage is second of first. What percentage is second of first? This is second, this is first. So 60 of 70, what is that percentage? So multiply with the 100. So it will be 25 375, 25 400, 60 by 3 will be 20, and this 20 into 4 is going to be 80%. So B is 80% of A. B is 80% of A. So 80% is the correct answer. 80% is the correct answer. So option C is the correct option.
So these are the some of the numericals that we have seen from the topic of the percentages. Thank you.
Hopefully you might have enjoyed the lecture. Then please do like the video and know your thoughts in comments. Please do share this video among your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. After subscription you can press the bell icon to never miss the notification regarding our new videos. Thank you so much.